What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another FC26 video where today guys we have got a lot to discuss. Not only have we got 2 new Player of the Month SBCs that I really want to get into the nitty gritty of whether or not EA have got the pricing of SBCs correct or not, but we've also got the Cornerstones Finale tournament and potentially some more content as well. Maybe Erling Haaland SBC also. But first of all, if you're enjoying the content here on the channel, feel free to drop a thumbs up on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's take a look, guys, at the new objectives today. Of course, we know we're getting something here, and I'm excited for it. Oh, I haven't played any games on this yet. Remember yesterday when I was like, I'm going to play some today? I haven't. Man. Bob Bowers is just the last thing on my list, and it's a list that the list is long anyway, but here we go. The Cornerstones Finale prizes. Play 4 for an 80 plus by 2. Win in the round of 16 for an 81 by 2. Win in the quarterfinals for an 82 by 2. Win the semi-finals for an 83 by 2. And win the whole tournament for a Team of the Week 1 to 3 player pack. I quite like that, to be fair. That player pack could be really nice. And then the group reward for winning the whole thing is an 85 plus gold player pack and the Red Fire Evolution. That's quite a nice Evo. I like that a lot, guys. And yeah, for the Cornerstone Tournament Finale, we've got here in live events, the qualifier. Ooh, guys, the qualifier is still there today. Well, that's really good because that means you can qualify today and play on tomorrow. For this one, active only for 24 hours. So these are the only 5 entrants that you will get. So obviously, you can play 4 even if you lose in the first round every single time. You'll still be able to play 4, obviously, if not 5. To play 4 anyway, maybe you get 1 or 2 successions through there. But yeah, for the most part, you've got 5 attempts and only 1 day to win the tournament finale and get that really, really cool evolution. The pressure is on. Is it going to be sweaty? We'll find out. Let me know how you've done down below if you've already played it. And if you haven't played it, then best of luck. I'll be joining you very soon. If you want to use the best players in FC26, there's only one sure way to get them. U7Buy gives you some of the best prices around to buy Ultimate Team coins. It's fast, safe, and reliable. And if you use my discount code NEP at checkout, you get an extra 8% off their prices. Check out the link in the description below. And so, with that, guys, let's take a look at any potential other objectives, because I didn't go anywhere further really, did I, there than the live events. Nothing new. Campaign, nothing new. Milestones, dream on, and then the FC Pro top 500 ladder. Already done and completed. That was easy. So let's take a look at any potential evolutions for today, guys. I've finally got Gale into the final segment here, which I'm looking forward to getting her into a few other Evos going forward. But do we have something new today? So no paid Evo. We still got the sprint boost, which I've got to wait an hour before this is unlocked for me again. The 8th King of Rome, whom we're going to put Gale into tomorrow. Intro to Evolutions, which tell me who you use this on, because I don't think I'm going to use this. It's a +1 pace and a +1 shooting, but it gives a +1 overall. I just don't think that's value. We've got Sideline Rise that was already there. We've got Cam Upgrade and Reflex Deflector, so nothing new by way of evolutions. How about cosmetics today? Arrow Spin, Ice Cold, Hero Embellishment, no, nothing new there. A training camp today? No, nothing new there. So evolutions as well, guys, have been really, really like run down again. That leaves us with SBCs. Now, of course, we do know that we will have new marquee matchups. But here are the Player of the Month SBCs, guys. So we've got Christian Pulisic. This card is good, right? 4-star skill moves, 5-star weak foot, striker, right mid, cam and right wing is brilliant. He's got nice pace, nice dribbling, okay passing, okay shooting, and okay physicals. He's got nice play styles with incisive pass, quick step, and low driven. Dead ball's a bit meh. Also, the fact he only has 4 play styles is a bit poor. Also, this year, I think rapid is better than quick step, at least in the current meta. And then he doesn't have many roles anywhere apart from right wing. He's got right mid inside forward plus, cam half winger plus, which I think is a terrible role for a cam. Right wing, he's got winger plus plus, wide midfielder plus, wide playmaker plus, and inside forward plus. And then at striker, he's got false 9 plus plus. Again, for me personally, false 9 plus plus, I just don't really like. This is a nice card. I was having a discussion on X today with you guys about whether or not it represents good value for money. And I think it's terrible. It requires an 85 twice, an 86 twice, and an 87, and requires a 2 team of the week players. And the debate that came up with it was things should be challenging to get. And I do agree with that. You know, if this SBC was just like 284 rated squads, everybody would have Pulisic. It would crash the striker market. It would push the power curve if he was extremely cheap. And all you would see in everybody's team would be Pulisic. So I absolutely agree that this shouldn't be extremely cheap. However, the price point that they've made it, given the fact that they have nerfed rewards, they have nerfed Evos, and, you know, they've kind of really suppressed the ways you can obtain cards from the menus as well, I think this is so expensive. I know it's not like Mbappe player of the month level expensive, but I think this is so expensive that if you're on a free-to-play account, a Road to Glory account, you won't do this. You just can't do it. And I think there just needs to be a middle ground. You know, I don't want it to be so cheap that everybody does it, but I also don't want it to be so expensive that basically nobody does it, because I think we should be enjoying cards. And we've also got this Harry Kane guy. So let me know what you think about Pulisic, his price point. Are you going to complete him? I do think it's a good card. We've also got Harry Kane's player of the month. Now, this card is really interesting to me because on first glance, it looks like it would be a card I would complete. 3-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, which I really like. He's got as a playstyle plus, low driven plus instead of finesse shot plus. But they removed incisive pass from Harry Kane and instead gave him long ball pass. Incisive pass is such a good playstyle that for me, that was a humongous L. Taking away his incisive to give him long ball was a big L. Yes, they've given him low driven plus. In the box, this Harry Kane is going to be delightful. He's big, he's strong, he's got great dribbling stats outside of agility and balance. He's got very good passing stats for a striker. He's got insane shooting for this stage of the game. And he's got decent pace. An engine chem style or a hunter or a hawk, I think, is a brilliant play style on him. Maybe even a finisher as well, or a sniper as well could be good. We'll take a look when we go into Footbin in a moment. But I think this Harry Kane's got a brilliant card. The switch of playstyle pluses, very good. The switch of regular passing playstyles, very bad. And so then it comes down to, what's the price point? How expensive is he? So he's coming in as an 85, an 86, and an 87. No informs needed, which is quite nice. It's about 190,000 coins. Compared to his inform, it's about 50, 60, 70,000 coins more expensive. Obviously, his inform is a tradable card. This is a sort of card that I'm torn on, because I absolutely think he would be the sort of player that I would love to use. You know, any shot in and around the box is going in. He is big. He is strong. He's got really good properties, but of course, he's not fast. Now, he will be lengthy, given the fact that he's like, you know, super tall and super slow or whatever. And with that Hunter Chem style, you can get him up to like 80 sprint speed, 76 acceleration, and like 99 shooting effectively. That's good. I think that's good. But would I have liked to seen maybe 286s and 185 instead? Maybe. But then would everyone do it? Maybe. And even if everyone did do Harry Kane, would everyone use him? Is he meta? I think Pulisic everybody would use if he was super cheap. Whereas Harry Kane, even if he was like even one squad less, I think people would complete him. I don't think you'd see many people actually using him. So I think we've got a situation in the game based on these player of the months and the Mbappe player of the month and such, where, like, I get it, right? Like, EA want to send people to the store. That's obvious. They want people to spend money on this game. But using players like Pulisic and Kane to send them there, I just think that's a bit meh. I think they could have made them both a bit cheaper. I think we could have like, you know, even as a free-to-play player, then get to choose. Do I want to do Pulisic? Not can I do Pulisic? And for me, even though I've got a lot of coins on this account because I've got super lucky with packs from draft, actually, I'm sitting here saying, I can't do this Pulisic. I just can't, like, it is not worth it. It is way too expensive on an account where everything matters. And so if I'm saying I can't do it, how are you guys going to do it without going to the store? And I don't think you should go to the store for it. Outside of that, do we have any new players today? We've got the Luani and Mbappe. No new players outside of those player of the months. For the upgrades, we've still got that. We've still got that. We've got the 580 plus again. That's quite a nice upgrade, that one. No new upgrades otherwise. And then for challenges, of course, just the marquee matchups. Now, this one is international marquee matchups. It gives a rare mixed players pack for the group reward. It requires a team with one Romanian / Austrian. Maybe a good time to try and sell your bronzes that are Romanian or Austrian. 3 silver players, 14 chem, and maximum of 3 players from the same country or region. Super easy for election players pack. We've got Wales versus Belgium, where you need 1 player from one of the nations. Maximum 6 countries or regions in the squad altogether. 3 rare players in the starting 11. Minimum silver in the starting 11. That's terrible. That is so terrible. I hate the way they kill bronze pack method and bronze players by putting minimum silver. You've got to submit a silver squad minimum, which you like might even be cheaper to do gold, with 3 rares, and you get a mixed players pack back. You're getting 4 bronzes back and only 1 rare and only 4 silvers. That is a terrible value, SBC. We've got Spain versus Georgia. You need 2 Spanish or Georgian players, 1 club minimum 3, gold players minimum 3, rare players minimum 3, player quality again silver minimum, and 22 chemistry for a premium mixed players pack, again giving you bronze players back. And then we've got Sweden against Switzerland, where you need 2 Swiss or Swedish players. Maximum players from 1 club is 4. Minimum players from the same country or region is 4. 3 rares again, 75 rated team with 26 chemistry for a prime election players pack. Now, this one you can put some bronzes in just to bring down the rating if you want to. But that's one of the poorest marquee matchups we've had since marquee matchups has been around, to be fair. And that, guys, actually, unbelievably, is all there is for today. Obviously, we're going to have a little bit more of a look at the leaks because the Cornerstones Team 2 is basically fully... Oh, no, not Cornerstones Team 2, I beg your pardon. Ratings Refresh Team 1 has been released. And, guys, let me tell you this, man. There is a honker of a card, but not the way you think, right? So, first of all, guys, SBCs. I have upvoted Harry Kane. I have downvoted Christian Pulisic. I think at 300k, he's too expensive. I think Harry Kane at 180-ish K is also on that borderline expensive. Also, I'm going to, for the first time, quite possibly ever, actually, I'm going to downvote marquee matchups. I think the requirements are stupid and the packs back are nowhere near good enough. I'm gonna have to put a downvote on that. So let's take a look at Christian Pulisic first off, guys. The card itself, as I say, it's a good card. It's a really good card. And obviously, as a striker, if you do put a finisher on him, brilliant positioning and finishing, very good stats, incredible dribbling, good pace, decent passing for a striker. It's a really nice card, right? I do like finisher. I also quite like engine on him as well. It gives a boost in passing, pace, and dribbling. I think as a winger at that point, he looks really, really tasty, you know, really tasty. Alternatively, a Hawk there as well gives him great pace, great finishing, and a nice physical boost. But yeah, for me personally, if I'm playing him on the wing, it would be an engine. And if I'm playing him up front, I'd probably go for a Hunter because that pace and that shooting boost, just deadly. He'll just be so rapid, right? So I would go for either a Hunter or an engine, depending on where you're going to play him. The card compared to his inform, this is where I get a big problem with the price. First of all, before we look at the stat differences, there is zero change in position, in playstyles, in skill move, in weak foot, and in roles. Zero changes. They just gave a stats upgrade, and all they gave is +1s across the board, flat out. So when I look at his inform at 170,000 coins, I would just rather get that. Now, of course, the argument comes into it's hard to get coins. And last year, there definitely was an argument for it's so much easier to get fodder than it is to get coins. This year, it is so hard to get fodder. It is so hard that I don't think that argument has as much strength as it did have in previous years. I would much rather grind to 170k to buy inform Pulisic, to play with him until I'm finished, then to sell him and get a large chunk of my coins, if not more, back, than grind instead for 300,000 coins worth of fodder, dump it all into an SBC, and then once I'm done, I've just got this 87 Pulisic. Fodder is so hard to come by. And so, yeah, compared to his inform, it's what makes me think this price is just way off base. If it was around the Kane's price, right? If it was 190k or whatever, that I would sit here and say, do you know what? That is a very acceptable price. It's still a lot of coins. It's very much in line with his tradable card. Fodder's still hard to come by. People would probably do it. And in fact, it might even push Fodder up a little bit, making him push into that 200, 210, 220 range for the SBC. I would be totally okay with that. But near 300,000 coins, for me personally, guys, it's a crazy price. Now, again, when we look at Harry Kane, when we look at the card as a single entity, I love the fact he's got low driven plus. He's got finesse shot, which is great. He's got precision header, which is actually good. If we could ever get Enforcer on him, I think that would be brilliant. He's got game changer, which is decent in one-on-ones. I don't really like it, but it's decent in one-on-ones. He's got long ball, and then he's got first touch. I think first touch is delightful. He's got good rolls as well, which is very good. And again, you've got an engine chem style on him, keeps him lengthy, gives him a nice pace boost, gives him ridiculous passing. He's got ridiculous shooting. He's got very good physicals, and that gives him a really healthy boost in dribbling. I like it a lot. I, however, wouldn't be opposed to giving him a Hunter, which takes him up to near 80 pace and then nearly immaculate shooting. I really like that. I also don't mind the Hawk on him as well. I think the Hawk's quite nice. I think his dribbling is just fine with high reactions and high composure. Sorry, I got hiccups. High reaction and high composure. I think he's just fine. But it'd be your choice on the chem style, right? Me personally, I'd probably go for Hawk or Hunter. But I also really do like Engine. I think Engine's very, very good as well. So there's that. The price point at 180k, it's not great, but it's not bad, right? I think that's fair to say. Then we look at it compared to his inform. So again, his inform now is 110k. It has finesse shot plus with low driven base instead of low driven plus and finesse shot base. And then it has long ball pass, incisive pass instead of long ball pass. The only stat boost they gave was 1 defending, literally who cares, 1 physical, barely noticeable, and 2 pace, which at his pace point anyway is reasonably pointless. So you have to make your decision. Do you want low driven plus or do you want finesse shot plus? Now, the fact that he's got finesse shot base in the player of the month and then low driven base in the regular one, I again look at it and I think this card is probably marginally more favourable. He's got low driven. He's got incisive pass, which is up there with the best play styles in general at the moment on the game. He's got finesse shot plus, which is great from inside the box, and he's got low driven anyway. So you're still able to hit really consistent high tier low driven shots. He's got the same dribbling, the same shooting, and the same passing as the player of the month. For me, I just think this is the better card again. I just think this is a better option. Give this card an Engine, give this card a Hawk, give this card a Hunter, and you're nearly, it's basically the same card, right? It just comes down to play styles. And so it makes me think, even for this Harry Kane, which I think is a better price SBC than Pulisic, I still look at it and think, this should have been 1 squad less, right? I think so anyway. I think we could remove, even make it an 85 and an 87. We could remove the 60k squad, take him down to about 120k. Even just remove this squad, right? Remove the 85 squad. Just keep the other 2 squads. Drop 35k off of this, put it down to the 150k price range and be like, yeah, that's way better. As it is, though, I just think EA are kind of pricing people out of SBCs at that mid-range. I get it for players like Mbappe. I somewhat get it for Pulisic as well, because he does look like a good card. I think that's just a bit too excessive, though. I just don't get it for players like Harry Kane, and there's a few other players that we've had over the time. So yeah, there's a few little things where I'm kind of like interesting. Now I have also just seen, this is very interesting as well, a delightful thing from EA. Maybe I've got to start checking the store more. And you know what? I was actually so I've just seen that Donk has tweeted that there is a 1 coin pack in store. So make sure to go and get your 1 coin pack. Is it in packs for you? And do you know why EA do things like this? It gets you into the store, right? So we're going to open this for 1 coin. We get 1 player for 1 coin, which is great, but thank you very much. That is beyond great. We've just got a 10k inform for 1 coin. Absolutely delighted with that, by the way. But it's to get you into the store. And do you know why they want to get you into the store? Because obviously this game, in spite of their kind of, in spite of what they were, you know, their marketing campaign, which I do believe they believe as well. Like, they are listening to us. They are trying to make changes and adapt and whatnot. And they have, like, you know, nerfed the power curve and such. But with that being said, I don't think this game is being enjoyed like they thought it would. I think the gameplay is having problems. The kickoffs, the corners, the counters, the AI defending seems to be back in full force. I don't think this game is as enjoyable as they hoped it would be. And so the 1 coin pack seems like, the 10 coin packs there as well, but the 1 coin pack seems like an attempt at the least. I don't want to say desperate attempt, but it's an attempt to get people back into the store to spend some money. Now, in terms of the leaks, we have seen quite a lot today of the rating reload players. So these are the best players. We are getting an 88 Julian Alvarez and Heung-min Son, an 87 Rodman, McTominay and Elise. We are getting an 86 Eze. Love that for my Arsenal team, by the way. Paraluelo, Ekatike and Cucurella. And then an 85 Krabassi and an 85 Oscar Bob. Can we just take a moment, right? Ratings Reload was talked to us by EA about players from the community's feedback that had like incorrect stats at the start and deserved an upgrade. Straight away, let's ignore Bob for a moment because we are going to talk about him in a moment because I think this is farcical. And when we talk about suppressing the power curve, this goes genuinely directly against that. I'm already looking at some of these players and thinking, does Eze deserve an 83 to an 86? I don't think so. I love Eze. Obviously, he's an Arsenal player. I've enjoyed him even at Palace. I'm glad he plays for us, and I'm glad he's in this promo. But an 84 would have been good for Eze. An 85 maybe. An 83. I didn't see anybody have an issue with Eze being an 83 rated player. I also think Ekatike as an 86 is a little bit of a joke, right? Like, he did okay in the Bundesliga. He's done okay in the Premier League. I don't think he deserves to be an 86 rated reloaded player. It's crazy. Alvarez deserves his upgrade. McTominay probably deserves his upgrade. Olise definitely deserves his upgrade. Heung-min Son, since his move to LAFC, has been delightful, deserves his upgrade. Cucurella, do you know what? He is one of Chelsea's best players at the moment with like, maybe with like Caicedo, you know, Cole Palmer's maybe hit and miss, but Cucurella deserves his upgrade. Krabassi, I think maybe a bit hit and miss. Oscar Bob, can we just take a moment because I responded to a tweet about Oscar Bob. I just want to look at his card as an individual if we've got it here. Where is he? So we don't have it as an individual here. I'm gonna grab the tweet that I responded to and show you the side-by-side comparison of Oscar Bob because guys, it is genuinely absurd how this card has got this upgrade, right? So here's our friend of the channel there, Criminal FIFA. I'm sorry, but the point of ratings refresh promo was to fix the ratings and stats of some players, and I absolutely agree. What is this? They have given him, look at this side by side, guys. They have given Oscar Bob 10 pace, 15 shooting, 14 passing, 13 dribbling, 12 defending, and 24 physical. And they've taken him to an 85 rated right wing, which, first of all, 85 rating for Oscar Bob is horrific, right? Does he deserve some, maybe in the high 70s, low 80s? You could argue it. I'd say more towards the mid to high 70s. He's had a good start to the season. He was hit and miss last season. It's not unreasonable that he would be a gold card for sure. But not only have they made him an 85 rated, look at those stats. 89 pace, 90 dribbling and 85 passing on an 85 rated winger with 80 shooting. I don't care what his playstyle, skill move, and weak foot are going to be. That is ridiculous. And the reason why it doesn't matter what his playstyle, skill moves, and weak foot is going to be is because he is so low rated that he's not far off of being evoable where you can add playstyles and such to him. This is a ludicrous upgrade. I don't understand why EA have done this, because this looks like pushing the power curve. Right, you've taken a deadbeat silver card, not Oscar Bob himself, just the card. You know, it's a 72 rated with like bang average stats basically, and you've made him into one of the best wingers in the game, bar none. I don't understand. I don't understand why they've done it. So it's going to be interesting to see what else comes. We also did have the drop of SBCs and objective players that are coming. It was from Donk, I do believe. So here we go. Yeah, so the SBCs and objectives that are coming. Haaland's Player of the Month, which is going to look like this. He's going to have Enforcer Plus. That is going to be crazy, by the way. With that, these are official stats. With that pace, shooting, and physical, and him having Enforcer Plus, I honestly think he might become the best striker in the game. His price point is going to be very interesting, because if he's anywhere reasonable around the 250, 300 mark, I think that's going to be a must-complete SBC. If it pushes up towards the 400,000-500,000 coin mark, all of a sudden it's a no-go again. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Erling Haaland's Player of the Month is coming. We've got Kane. We're getting Mateta. We're getting Arda Güler's card. This is going to be an SBC card. That is a brilliant card for an SBC. I don't know how expensive it's going to be based on Pulisic's price point. This Güler card is probably going to be in the 300 to 400,000 coin range as well. But that's a fun card for an SBC. I just really hope EA don't do us dirty with the price points. And it lends more towards my point of you've got to make these SBCs more affordable. I'm not asking them for them to be cheap, for them to be given away. But there are so many, and they're so hard to come by coins and fodder because of the way they've done the game. So surely, just surely, there's got to be some compromise in the price points of them. We're also getting Aguerd, centre-back, Diouf, Gay, Semenyo, Bakayoko, Paredes, among many more. So tomorrow, guys, is going to be a very fun day on the game. I would dare say, if you do end up winning that tournament, guys, the Cornerstones tournament, it might be worth saving those packs. It's an 85 plus, an 83 by 2, an 82 by 2, an 81 by 2, and an 80 by 2. That could be some really fun packs to save for tomorrow. But yeah, that is where we're at for today, guys. Let me know what you think down below as always. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. I'm out. Peace.